Welcome to H2K Infosys. H2K Infosys is a e-verify business based in Atlanta, Georgia, United States. We provide 100% job-oriented, instructor-led, face-to-face, true live online software training programs. It also includes access to Cloud Test Lab with software tools. We provide live project for you to work on. We also provide assistance with mock interviews, resume preparation and review, and job placement assistance. H2K Infosys is trusted by so many students across the world. H2K Infosys provides world-class services in IT training with real-time project work for corporates and individuals, special IT training for MS students in the United States, software design, development, QA manual and automation, performance testing and maintenance, IT staff augmentation, job placement assistance, and tech support.
Okay, so what you do is let's quickly just the record. Either you can do record or you can also. Okay. So let me add the object. Okay, so now basically I can create the script. Okay, so the first one is the username and the second one is the password, and then okay. And now say for example here, by mistake I entered something wrong, like the username, or just I entered the QA. And then next query. So when I run this script, I type then I get a pop-up question saying that, hey, the agent name must be at least 4 characters long. So because of this exception, it won't move further, right? This is a pop-up window. Then what happens is, once you do this stuff, then let's create a recovery scenario, how to handle this pop-up exception. So, okay, I'm going to, because without exception you see this pop-up window, right? I think somebody's mic is not muted. Okay, so now I'm going to create a recovery scenario. So, recovery scenario manager. And then click on this new scenario, new widget, and then click next. Say pop-up window, right? So select this pop-up window and click next. And now, pretty much you're going to recognize like what is that scenario, what is that most frequent pop-up windows you come across on this login window. Okay. So either I can enter a password wrong or a username wrong, right? That time like you will get these pop-up windows. So let's try to identify this window. Click on this hand icon and point to this window title. So that way that window title is recognized. Apply reservation. Okay. And then, so click next. And then click next. So pretty much like what you want to do in this particular scenario. So I want to click OK button. Anyway, that is the only button, that's the default button, right? So that's what you want to do, keyboard and mouse operation to handle this kind of exceptions. pop-up windows. So keyboard and mouse operation, click next. So then you want to say click on default, because that's the default button. That's only one button on this. Or you can also say specifically, say I want to click button with this label. So you can also select this option and then point to this icon and then point it on this OK button. So that is recognized. Okay. So in this case, like either you can go with the default button or you can also select a specific button. Okay, I want to click that particular button on that window. And then click next. So you want to add another recovery scenario. Of course, in this particular case, I want to close the application process also because my next script or next iteration is going to start a fresh window. So I close the application process and then that is the application process flight 4A and then add it. Click next. Okay, you want to add another recovery scenario? No. And then click next. So what you want to do? Okay, proceed to the next iteration. If I have any other data in my script, and then click next. Then save this flight scenario, and then click next and check these two check boxes. Okay, add scenario and add scenario default set test settings, finish it, and then save this scenario. Something flight scenarios. Save it. And then close it. Now let's try to run this and then see what happens. If it works, the scenario works, then you don't see that pop-up window and also it close the application. Let's run it. Oh, I need to open the application. Okay, so I have to open application also. That's great. System util done, and then I'm going to provide application executable file. All right, let's try to run it. Come on, why it's not handled? Simply run it. Not working this scenario. That is strange. Okay, let me do that. Let me open this scenario file and what is this? Oh, this the one. Oh no. Okay, this the one. So let me edit and then see what this scenario is. Maybe I think it's not able to do this one. Flight reservation. Okay, so let me.
See, do we have to add this to the object repository, the small window? Or did you recognize it? Or?
No, it's supposed to recognize. So let's do this way. I'm going to do this part because I want to say click on the default button and then no. Finish it and save it. No, not working. Okay, it worked now. Okay, so basically like what's happening is it's not considered as a error. So that's what didn't work before. Huh? Okay, it's not consistent. It worked just one time and then it's not working now. You see, it's worked now. Maybe I'm using my mouse or something. Let's try to run it. Leave my mouse away. Oh, okay. Because I keep holding my mouse. That's why it's not clicking that button. Okay. So that works. Okay. So basically like, that's how actually like it handles this, pop-up exceptions. Okay. So whenever, that's what like, even you see the results, that's what it says. Because there is, you should see, so you see there is a pop-up window that came up, and then it's going to say how that pop-up window is triggered. Like it says, this is the scenario, and then it triggered, and there is a pop-up window, and then how it is handled is it clicked the OK button, and also the post-recovery scenario is that you're going to stop execution because I don't have many rows in the data. Okay, so this way it's going to handle like the pop-up windows. Okay. Clear? Okay. Um, and then the next one is what's that, object state, right? So what is the object state exception? How to handle that? So basically, like in some of the scenarios where you get so even if you look at this application, yeah, sometimes it happens like object not found or object is disabled. So that kind of exceptions you will get. See, what happens is when this is the best scenario where we can explain or the insert button, right? So even though sometimes what happens is this is basically like application related issues, right? Though you entered like when this particular button will enable, if you entered all this information, then only it gets enabled. But in sometimes what happens is if the application is not working properly, though you entered all this information correctly, but this particular button is still disabled. Then that time what happens? Your script will get into the issues, right? Similarly, then this insert order will get enabled once you select this. Okay, this is also the other scenario. Like by mistake, you created the script, but you feel like you entered all this information. And then when this insert order button gets enabled, so after we select all this right information and everything, and then enter the customer name, then only this insert order button is enabled. So what happens is, though you enter the correct data, but sometimes the application issues the script may not work properly, right? That also interrupts the bash script execution. So how to handle this? So you are going to create the object state exception in this case. So click on this new wizard button and then click next. And then in this case object state, right? So it's mainly verified the properties of an object, like whether it's enabled or disabled, that kind of things. Most other scenarios are the button enable and disable conditions. So you select object state and click next. On the pointed object, right? So click on this hand icon and then, so this is object. And click on OK. Click next. And now you're going to display the properties, right? So you can add and sorry. You can add or remove properties. Click on this button and there are properties, right? Say enable true. So you can select this property because even though this particular, in case like if this particular button disabled, then you can handle that. So you can change this one also, say true to false. Okay, once you select that, then it gives all this true or false. Then you can select, oh no, it's not giving this one. So you can select say false. Because you want to handle enable false means what? This particular button is disabled. Though you entered the wrong data, if this particular button is disabled, then you want to handle the scenario. Okay? So just create this and then you are going to change the property. Say enable false is that's nothing but disabled. And then click next. So click next. And what you want to do in this particular case. So when this particular button is disabled, you also get a pop-up window. So, or most of the time you don't get any pop-up window. Yes. So you want to close the application process and then I want to close this application process, say flight 48.exe, and then click next. No record operation, click next. So you can select, say, proceed to the next iteration and finish it. Say flight, object, state. Click next, say add scenario, and finish it. Save it and close. Okay, first let me record the script. Let me add this object to the object repository. Or what you do is let's try to record it. Anyway, like we already opened up the window. Okay, let me record the script. And then let me continue record from here. Is it doing anything? No. Okay, I think basically I have to add these objects or I have to open applications with QTP. Okay. Let's create a new test. Okay, so let me do this thing and say, and now anyway this button is enabled. This insert button is also enabled. And then close it and then stop. Okay, so better like this what happened. And now, say by mistake, let's try to do this way. So I delete this button line, say fly frame and fly to. Okay, just to explain the scenario. But usually like that's what actually we're going to do in the script. But in this case, to explain better like how this object state, what the kind of errors it throws if it is an application issue. So first disable this recovery scenarios. So that way you can get the first what kind of errors, and then we'll enable the scenario and how it handles that. Okay, so let me run the script. Even I think even you can also delete this border line. So it directly hit that flight button. Okay, you're it. So let's try to run it. Okay, assume like he entered the correct data and here the flight button is disabled still. Then your script get into a problem, right? See, it says object is disabled, right? And then you will get this kind of error. Object is disabled. So because of this window, this error, your script will stop. Your batch execution will interrupt. Then this is the scenario where you can go with the object state exceptions. So let's stop it. And then let's try to activate that scenario. So settings and then recovery. Okay, so this is the scenario I want to activate. And now let's try to run the script once again. Okay, I think we need to give this keyboard operation also because we want to click on this button. So that's what actually like, I think you missed that. Let me open that scenario. Okay, flight object state, and you can also edit the existing scenarios. So click on this, select the scenario, click on this edit button, and click next, and the special object state, and so click next. So this is the scenario, and then I want to add recovery operation. So click next, I want to handle this keyboard and mouse operation. So click the default button, and that's it. Okay, I added the keyboard operation also because I want to click a button on that error message.
Sri, I think the default option there was retry. Is that one of the reasons? Instead of telling like stop or okay, the default option there was retry.
Oh, is the default is retry?
I think that was highlighted. We can check this time later.
Okay, so let's see. Oh yeah. So we have to do this stop, right? Then yes. So default is retry, and then we need to click on this stop execution. So that is basically you see how you can handle this stop is to the button. See, there is a shortcut keys on this. Whatever the underlying things you see here, those are called the shortcut keys, right? So this is a Alt T, and this is Alt R, and this is Alt K, and this is Alt B. So if you press Alt and then the corresponding letter, then it's going to stop it. Okay. So if I press Alt T, then that's going to stop. That error will go away. So the same thing, like you can add the scenarios also. So go to recovery scenario manager and then try to modify that because the default button is not stop. Okay, so object state, flight object state, edit it, and then object state. So I'm going to delete this one. keyboard enter in default one. Instead, I want to add a recovery operation, keyboard and mouse operation, and here you can do you see press key or key combination. You can select this one, and now what you have to do is literally you use on your keyboard say Alt T. Here, so you have to say Alt T, so that you have to press the Alt T keys on your keyboard so that it's right over here. Okay, so that's what you want to add it to your keyboard, right? And then click next. So you're doing Alt T key, and then you also close the application process. Probably I can move this one down. First I need to handle the message, and then I close the application. So click next. No record operation. Click next, and finish it. Save it. Okay, hopefully this time should work.
So many of our students have given testimonials on how our training programs are. You will find them on kudzu.com and on our website h2kinfosys.com. On our website h2kinfosys.com, you will also find more detailed information on who we are, the courses that we offer, what each course covers. Also, if you're interested in a demo program, please register on our homepage on the left-hand side. Just give us more information about yourself and we will send you a link for a demo class. The demo class is absolutely free. Experience our commitment by just attending an orientation workshop at no cost. Our team of faculty and advisors are here to guide you with the right information. If you still have more questions, please feel free to call us. Call us at 770-777-1269. This is a United States number. If you're calling from the UK, call us at 020-337-17615. You can also email us at training@h2kinfosys.com or h2kinfosys@gmail.com. Thank you for watching our videos. We wish you a great career in information technology.